Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tired. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The warrior line, soul tribe. Assembly's live, it's friendly vibes. Your soul medicine will give you life. You're a warrior, let's get this right. Warrior line, soul tribe. Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tired.
March for what? It's a Warline YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me today. I got a real quick video. This is Sit Your You Know What Down, Black ASS Down this week, because there's a so-called march on April 5th. And my take is, march for what? Let the failures march. Black women, 92%. Black men are miserable, but it's okay, but still miserable, 80%. White men, 56%. White women, 53%. They voted for the person in office. Teacher for 12 years, 80% is passing, and 92% is knocking out the park. So what on earth are what black people march for? We went to the polls. We talked to our family. We talked to our friends. We gathered our loved ones. We went to the polls. We voted for what's happening not to happen. Where was all this organization? Where was all this passion on November 5th? That's when you should have been this passionate. That's when you should have been getting your MAGA family members and your friends to try to talk to them about voting. That's when you should have built up the passion then. But now you can't get them to do anything. You can't get them to vote the right way. They voted for what they wanted. They voted for a person running on hate, voted for a person running on grievance, voted for a person on running on all this and that. And now they're getting that in exchange for their vote, shutting down this, destroying lives, killing jobs, cutting this, slashing this, putting people in official position that's not even elected by the people. They have no oversight. They're getting what they wanted. He ran on this, and so they're getting in exchange for the vote. What would black people get in exchange for marching besides possibly police beatings and a jail cell? And that's exactly what they want us to. They want us to be shields, hiding behind them, voting for something we're not going to get in exchange for. We've been marching. Marching has a specific goal, a specific mission, a specific purpose, not just marching to march, not performative. But again, what would black people get in exchange for marching? Because what we could have got in exchange for our vote, if you'd have voted the right way, we could have got a brilliant president, and we wouldn't be going through many of the things we're going through right now. So April 5th was not the time to get passionate. April 5th is not the time to gather people. November 5th and before is when you should have had this same energy to be voting. You meaning white men and white women, fail the test. Let the failures march. You know, black people should stay out of it. Black people should stay home, taking care of themselves, recuperating, resting, strategizing for the next event. Not something that should have been. What is the purpose of the march? What are you marching for? What do you want? He's going to be in office for 4 years. You could have stopped that November 5th. He's going to be president for the next 4 years. It's nothing a march can do about that. It is too late. March for what? Why do you want black people in it? Why are you demanding black people in it when we did what we were supposed to do on November 5th? The test date was November 5th. That's when you failed. So march for what? For just some nostalgia? To reenact the civil rights movement? It ain't reenacting that. They marched for purpose. Montgomery was for a purpose. Birmingham was for a purpose. All these marches they did was for a purpose. They couldn't vote, so they marched for the right to vote. Now we vote. Montgomery boycott was for purpose of to have the same rights as the people that pay the same fares on the buses. 381 days later, they got what they wanted. They got an exchange. My money is as good as your money. Black money is as good as white money. So therefore, the exchange was we sit where we want to on the bus. Y'all fall for this stuff. Marching for what? Why would any black person put their lives on the line, put their body at risk, put themselves in harm's way, in jeopardy to get arrested for what? No, we did it on November 5th. Not marching anywhere, marching anywhere. I'm sitting behind at home, watch you make a fool of stuff because he does not care. He's in office for the next 4 years and going to try to stay longer. Marching for what? Voting is an exchange. That means you get something. Voting is my power. My power to get exchange. Like money is your power. When you walk into the store, you pay something, you get something in exchange. You don't walk out empty-handed. For too long, black people have walked out empty-handed in exchange for their vote. They got feeling, they got promises, they got hope, they got dreams, they're gonna be no. What can you articulate tangibly, something that we can feel that we will get from marching? Nothing. So therefore, let the failures march. Enjoy your march. But I'm praying, hoping that hardly no, if any, black people be there. We passed the test, 92, 80%. Let the failures march.
Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tired. Your soul medicine, it gets revived.